or healthcare help fall flat in Paradise? We show you the options town leaders are now considering.
Plus, happening now, a hometown rivalry in the water. We take you live to the Fishbowl face-off.
And Shasta County supervisors officially condemn their new registrar of voters. Why Clint Curtis is in hot water.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Paradise Town Council members voted unanimously last night to table the draft of a strategic healthcare recovery plan.
Action News Now reporter Bea Barbosa joins us live in Paradise from the town hall. Bea, discussions over healthcare on the Ridge have been going on for quite some time.
Yes, Haley. Paradise Mayor Steve Crowder actually told me 3 weeks ago when I did a story about where things stand with the Feather River Hospital campus that the town was lacking healthcare data to show providers that there is a need for more services here. And the town began gathering that data a year ago. They hired the Abaris Group, a consulting firm, to do it. The firm has provided 3 draft plans, with the most recent being presented at last night's council meeting. That's where council members pointed out inaccurate information in the plan, including the number of students in the Paradise Unified School District being off by thousands. After council members expressed disappointment in the plan, they voted unanimously to table the issue for now, as they consider asking for another draft.
I'd like to see this one as soon as possible. However, I don't want to push it and get incorrect information. I'd rather wait a little longer and have it be correct. And the idea is to be able to use this report to attract healthcare to the Ridge. And so it has to be good, accurate information. And hopefully we can show it to, other providers, and they'll look at that and say, wow, yes, we could support something there.
I reached out to Bill Bullard, the president of Abaris Group, who referred me to Colette Curtis, the Paradise Recovery and Economic Development Director. Curtis says they are reviewing the report to investigate concerns about data and why there appears to be a disconnect. And she also tells me that she expects to have an update for the council by its November meeting, if not a new draft plan. Reporting live in Paradise, Bea Barbosa, Action News Now.
All right, thank you, Bea. We'll stay on top of that for you. The plan cost $150,000, with $75,000 coming from the town's general fund, another $75,000 coming from the Adventist Health Feather River Foundation. Mayor Crowder says the consultants have been paid part of the money and would receive the rest if the plan is accepted.
Well, as the 7th anniversary of the campfire approaches, the town of Paradise has made great strides in rebuilding, but that growth faces a serious and expensive roadblock, which is the cost of homeowners insurance. As Action News Now reporter Jerry Lennon found out, things could get worse, yet efforts are underway to make insurance more affordable.
Magalia resident Phil Bartick was enjoying his morning coffee when he learned the California Fair Plan, the insurer of last resort for many wildfire-prone areas, is asking for a nearly 36% rate hike.
Oh boy, that'll be great, yeah. It doesn't surprise me, really,
There are roughly 11,000 homeowners in Paradise, many already struggling to afford or even find coverage.
I would say nearly all of them.
Lauren Del Terra of the Butte Fire Safe Council says a basic home can cost $4,000 to $10,000 a year to insure. A hike that steep could push families past their limits.
So many people are already right on the edge of not being able to afford insurance. So yes, seeing that big of an increase in a year is very concerning.
The Rebuild Paradise Foundation is now inviting insurers to tour the town, showing them safety upgrades. It's helped. Mercury Insurance wrote 200 new policies. Meanwhile, the Firewise USA program is giving residents up to 10% discounts for reducing wildfire risk. The good news, homes are being rebuilt. The challenge, keeping them insured. In Paradise, Jerry O'Lennon, Action News Now.
Your house may be in one of those Firewise USA neighborhoods, and you might not even know it, and you're missing out on insurance discounts between 2 and 10%. The Butte County Fire Safe Council can help. You can find this story on our Action News Now homepage to see if your home is one of those in one of those areas. You also get other tips on how to obtain better insurance rates. Now a live look from the Alert California camera, the Round Mount Shasta camera.
That one's beautiful and kind of scary.
Yeah.
Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon's tracking conditions as we get midway through our work week. Things are looking a little bit like they might be clearing up, Howie.
Yeah, well, in my opinion, a lot better conditions. We were cold and rainy and windy, and I'm not blocking out the rain as I move out of the way. The rain is moving off, and you're just seeing a sprinkle or two in the highest of elevation. You really got to look closely. Other than that, we're drying out completely as storms are pulling out of the area. The thing is, we haven't warmed up yet. We're on the chilly side. This cool air is still remaining in Northern California, but we will start to warm up. It's just not at the moment, but it's going to be coming very, very soon. I guess what helps a lot is we had the strong winds a couple days, so you got the cloud cover, cold weather, and strong winds made it feel very, very chilly. Well, winds on the lighter side, and as storms start to push away, we're going to start to see high pressure with sunshine moving to the area, and temperatures will be warming up. And we're going to talk all about it in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Howie.
Well, the Shasta County Board of Supervisors voted to unanimously condemn Registrar of Voters Clint Curtis after he intentionally left local newspaper Shasta Scout out of receiving news releases. Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield is live in front of the elections office in Reading. Blake, you spoke with Curtis this afternoon to get clarity about what happened.
Yeah, Haley, I did. Curtis told me that he left Shasta Scout off of a press release a couple weeks ago due to them being a 501c3 nonprofit, but having a, what he calls, left-wing bias. He says that from now on, instead of directly emailing press releases to organizations like ours, they'll be uploaded directly to the Shasta County Elections Office website for everyone to see and for full transparency. The incident arose after Shasta Scout did not receive an October 3rd press release that other outlets like Action News Now received and reported on. In that release, Curtis told news outlets that his office was having ongoing discussions with the Secretary of State regarding recent changes and implementations to tabulators and the process of collecting votes here in Shasta County. Curtis says that since Shasta Scout is a 501c3 and gets government subsidies for its organization, it should not have what he calls left-wing bias in its reporting. He added that he also didn't send the press release to some right-wing websites and newspapers, also here in Shasta County. Shasta Scout disputed Curtis's claims and even spoke to him yesterday after he was condemned by the board for his actions. I asked Curtis if he was surprised at being condemned from the same board of supervisors that hired him back in May.
Do you want to hold it against them? You know, they're doing what they can do, and they did what they did with what knowledge they had. So once the IRS and the DOJ gets involved and clears it all up, I think they'll understand.
If the registrar simply shares the same information with the press and public at the same time, that would be not only sufficient to comply with the First Amendment, but would be in the maximum interest of transparency to know how elections are being handled and to make their own decisions about whether and how to hold their government accountable.
In response to Curtis's claims, Shasta Scout editor and reporter Annalise Pierce told me that, quote, across America, more than 500 nonprofit newsrooms operate under U.S. law. That law restricts Shasta Scout and other nonprofit newsrooms from promoting particular political candidates, something they say they've never done. She continued, saying the law does not restrict them from fact-checking public officials, something they'll continue to do without favor and without fear. Curtis pointed to giving his friend Brent Turner, an admitted San Francisco left-leaning Democrat, the assistant registrar of voters job as proof that he has no political bias. And Curtis told me that he thinks the situation will actually help him win the registrar of voters election next June, due to Shasta County being, quote, very Republican and Republicans not liking to be ripped off. Reporting live in Reading, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
Good to hear it from him in his own words. Thank you, Blake. News releases from the Shasta County Elections Office will now be available on its website and no longer sent to specific media outlets. You can find the link if you'd like to check it out for yourself on our website, actionnewsnow.com. New at 6, law enforcement arrested a Bernie man that they say uploaded child sexual abuse material. Detectives with the Shasta County Sheriff's Office Major Crimes Unit arrested 28-year-old Austin Michael Sauer. The arrest came after serving a search warrant at his home on Tamarack Road today. Their investigation began back in June after receiving a referral from the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Sauer faces charges of possessing child sex abuse material. His bail is set at $25,000.
New developments. The Shasta County man accused of attempted murder in the bludgeoning of his mother has been found incompetent to stand trial. Victor Kirsten was arrested last month in Boerne after investigators say he attacked his mother with a hammer. Now, his attorney questioned his competency to aid in his own defense. After reviewing a report from doctors, the judge decided to pause court proceedings and give Kirsten treatment. If he is restored to competency, then court proceedings will resume. Kirsten is scheduled to be back in court November 4th. Today is the annual Fishbowl between Pleasant Valley High and Chico. They are swimming at Bidwell Junior High School now, and that's where we find Action News Now reporter Sade Poulin live. Sade, both teams have been preparing for this for months.
Yes, Alan, both teams have been preparing. They are currently doing the senior tribute, so I have to be a little bit quiet. But yes, both teams are here ready to take that win. So PV and Chico High students tell me that they will not be leaving without a win. The annual Fishbowl started at 4. It's a swim meet where students from PV and Chico High go head-to-head to see who has the best swim team. Students on both teams say their coaches have been amazing. Backstrokes, breaststrokes, and butterflies are some of the favorite strokes some swimmers said I talked to. I talked to some seniors from Pleasant Valley who tell me that they're sad that this is their last Fishbowl, but they say their coaches have been amazing on preparing them for this meet.
Our coaches are Wendy, Levon, and River, and they are amazing coaches, and they're really supporting us during swimming and making sure we do our best.
Chico High students tell me that they think they'll win as well. A lot of their peers and parents showed up as well. So currently right now they are giving a bit of a tribute to the seniors for both PV and Chico High right now, just recognizing them for all their hard work on both swim teams. Live in Chico, I'm Sade Poulin, Action News Now.
Thank you, Sade. And at 5:30 for the PV's boys squad, they had 54-40 lead over Chico High boys. The Chico girls had a score of 69, PV girls 40.
From Nut Company to new community hub, the idea is being floated for a Chico site. We bring you a live report when we come back.